Alright, this is Fantastic Force, issue 269. It's from Jason Byrne's run, and I think this might be the first issue of Fantastic Force I have ever reviewed. I didn't remember. Outside of the Jason Byrne run and the Simon Walters run, I didn't have that much Fantastic Force. This issue, though, introduces a villain called Terminus, who has a very sad history of being a great villain who was then harshly broken by one writer. But this is his first appearance. This is like his shadow here. I'm actually not that crazy about this cover because, the idea that Mr. Fantasticals and She-Hulks, they're standing here in the middle of what looks like a really unnavigatable surface it just seems stupid. We start off quite simply with the Fantastic Force's possibly diversity quota Native American friend. He's returning to his people, he's returning to his tribe, and then a big massive laser beam shoots down from space and he's like, well, this doesn't normally happen, what's going on? And we learn that the laser, it's cutting like 100 feet into the ground. And he decides he'll call the Fantastic Force. Easy little setup. And here we have got the Human Fire. He is on one of his infamous dates with women that he doesn't care about. Just waiting for a progressive writer to retcon him into being gay. And he ditches the date to instead go and spend time with the blind lassie Alex Masterson, the Thing's ex-girlfriend. This is the start of their relationship, which gets retconned. Meanwhile, the Invisible Wife, she has just had a miscarriage, so she's suffering, and not just from anguish, but from a bad case of the uglies. But here's the thing, right? I bet if you had a miscarriage, you wouldn't look like a 10 the day after. This is probably my favourite period of Fantastic Force, when She-Hulks had replaced the Thing, because the Thing is rubbish. Hashtag She-Hulks be or whatever. I think when it comes down to it, Jason Byrne probably drew like the definitive She-Hulks for a lot of people. One thing I really like about this run is that it really shows Mr. Fantasticals being good at and enjoying science. Here he's doing an experiment, and this one is a bit of a cheat, but you'll see that in the next issue. And the laser beams, they aren't exclusive to Native American land. They're coming down in New York as well, so the Fantastic Force going to try and suss it out. A pet peeve of mine, though, is whenever they have Mr. Fantasticals and the Invisible Wife, they kind of have a strained relationship, or they like have him so involved in science that he ignores her. And while this comic doesn't quite do that, it's got another thing. I didn't really buy that Mr. Fantasticals wouldn't be as devastated about losing his child as his wife, and there's not a single bit where he seems affected by it. You could say that he's been ignoring it by distracting himself with science, but like the comic doesn't say that itself. And how he discusses it with his wife, it's like he's detached from the whole thing. Like he calls it her child instead of their or his child. And he won't let her go and investigate the space lasers with them, so she's really angry and angsty. They go to inspect these lasers, and something comes hurtling out of the sky, and it almost hits them. And then it crash lands nearby, so they're going to see what it is, and it's like a big spaceship. And they assume it's a ship that was shooting the lasers from space. Meanwhile, She-Hulk meets her future love interest, and then when nobody's looking, there's a giant hand next to the supposed spaceship. And Mr. Fantasticals, he sees that the lasers have been writing a message across the country, and it's all in alien talk, so he translates it and it says, I claimed this world from Terminal, and he didn't even leave a kisser out. But the thing was, right, it wasn't a spaceship that crashed, it was a big world-conquering alien called Terminal, and he reckons that Earth is his now. To be continued. Good issue, and well, the cover sort of gives away the twist that it wasn't a spaceship, it was a big-sized baddie. But this is a good issue, fantastic setup, pun maybe intended, built up a new villain really well. So I give Fantastic Force 269 a 7 thumbs up.